Rosemary Clarke. I was Rosie Cox. I came here in the late 60s, early 70s. I do remember in grade 2 my mum started working here. She was voluntary to start with in the office with the principal, and she was still here when my daughter came here in the 80s, and she retired when my daughter was in grade 4. So she was here for a very long time, probably 20-something years, working as the secretary in the office. And when she left, they replaced her with 2 people because the one person couldn't handle the job that she'd been doing all along, which was quite interesting. She was also involved with the Parents Club. I was involved with the Parents Club, both of us being parents of students here. Both my grandmothers came here. My mother and father came here. My brother and I came here, and then 2 of my children came here. So we've been coming to Violet Street School since the early 1900s, I suppose. Probably because my grandmother was born about 1906, so very long time. Our family's been associated with Violet Street Primary School. We've lived in the area, I suppose, all our lives, so it was just the place that we came for our school and education. I loved the school. I remember doing the pavers out the front when my children were here for, I think, 125th, and we went out to the Bendigo pottery, I think it was, or somewhere out at Bendigo, and actually wrote on the pavers. So people paid for a paver, and we went out there and had a day of writing names on pavers. So my writing's out the front on a lot of pavers. It was a fun day. I still remember doing that, but that was when my children were here, not when I was here. I don't remember a lot of being here. My brother was in the rural school, so there was sort of, I think, prep to grade 6 in another part of the school. I think it was sort of like, instead of having composite classes, they had the rural school, so the overflow of numbers went into the rural school, and they stayed in the rural school all through their primary school. Yeah, I'm not really sure of the logic behind that. I wasn't put in it. I was just in the regular grades. But yeah, he was down in the rural school, and I think they quite often had the same teacher most of the way through too. It was in the building at the bottom of the stairs. I remember the milk being delivered, and we didn't even have fridges at the start, so sometimes on a hot day you'd get not very nice milk to drink in little sort of triangular cartons. They first came, and in the end they were in like the little ones that, like a mini carton of milk that you get now. But yeah, early days they were just little funny little triangular. You snip the top off, put a little straw in to drink it. I think that was something the government wanted us to have, good nutrition, so we got milk every day. And we had the old desks with the lift up part at the top. Yeah, and as you got bigger, the desks got bigger. So by grade 6 you had a big desk. But when you were little, they were little funny little wooden ones. When my kids came here, they had tables and chairs. They upgraded. And actually the new building was being built and finished when my children came here. So my son did grade 6 up in the top building. Yep. And I think the office was actually in the library building, because then they did up that building. Yeah, so while that was out of commission, the office and everything was sort of in the library building. Yeah. But I think I've been coming to the Violetarians dinners just about since they started, from what they said when they started, about 35 years, something like that. Long time. And I came with my mum. This is the first year I haven't come with my mum. She's in a nursing home, sadly. So, yeah, bittersweet tonight. Yeah, I don't catch up with many people I went to school with, primary or high, but yeah, keep in contact with these people over the years because we come to the Violetarians dinner. And actually my mum's best friend, who they started prep together, she's been coming as well. She didn't come this year because she didn't have anywhere to stay, because she usually stays with my parents. But hopefully next year we'll organise somewhere for her to stay, and she'll come up and sit with me for the Violetarians dinner next year.